Hello and welcome to the Daily Gas for July 16th, 2025, called Killer Sudoku by Clover. We did just see a Killer Sudoku from Clover, but the last one was all two-cell cages, and this one is all three-cell L-shaped cages. So I guess that's interesting, but let's actually go over the rules and we'll talk about what these cages mean. So normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits in cages do not repeat and must sum to the indicated totals. So what does that mean? Well, we see here we have this kind of dotted dashed region. These three cells, which are contained within that region, must sum to 6 as indicated here. Same thing is true for this three-cell region. This must sum to 23, to 24, to 7, so on and so forth throughout the grid. And that's it. Those are the rules. Let's just jump right into it. All right, so in the last puzzle that we did from Clover, I guess technically it was the gas from a few days ago, but you would have only probably seen it like a day and a half ago. Um, Mins and maxes seem to be important here because I noticed as I was highlighting, I highlighted a 6 and a 23 and a 24 and 7. So 6 in 3 cells is a minimum. 1, 2, 3. 7 in 3 cells is 1, 2, 4. 23 in 3 cells is 6, 8, 9. 24 in 3 cells is 7, 8, 9. Whereas something like 9, if I'm remembering correctly, has 3 different options that it could be. So the question then becomes is how do we use that information? An example here would be 6 being 1, 2, 3, even though I don't really know what's going on with the 1, 2, 3 exactly, I do know that because the 7 is 1, 2, 4, this must be 4 here. And I guess actually this is something else that's interesting. I'm noticing that the 1 has to go in one of these two cells, which means it must go exactly in this cell because this will place 1 here and that would place 1 there. So that's the only option for that. 2 now restricts our 8. It can't be 1, 2, 5. It must be 1, 3, 4. And we know that this must be a 2, 3 pair, so this will be 3 and this will be 4. So a lot of information right off the bat. And actually here, 9 without using 1 restricts us down to from 3 options down to 1 option. It has to be 2, 3, 4. The 4 gives us the 4 here, and it seems like we have 1, 2, 3, 4 across all of these sets in some way, because this will be 2, 3 just like this is 2, 3. And while that's been very interesting, I guess kind of like what we were looking at here with the way that these played together, this will be 7, 8, 9, and this will be 6, 8, 9, which means we know this comes from the set 6, 7, 8, and 9, which means this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Knowing that 1, 2, 4 goes in these three cells, we know that the 11 has to contain at least, or sorry, it has to contain exactly one of 3 or 5 because whatever digit goes here will have to go in the 11. So hmm, I feel like that should be more helpful than it is. Maybe with the not, no, because it's 9 and 18 as opposed to 7, which is restricted. Oh, well, sorry. 8 has to use 1, right? Oh, and the 6 here I've missed. Okay. Don't worry, folks. This is 3. This will be 1, 2. We know that the 1, it definitely has to go in the 8 cage. 8 and 3 digits must require 1 because the minimum without using 1 is 2, 3, 4, which we know is 9 from up here, which means this is 1, this is 1, this is 2. Then depending on which of 2 or 3 is used, right, we have the 2, 3 pair up and down here. This is 4, 5. 8 requires 1, so 1 goes in one of these two cells. All right, let me make sure I haven't missed any of these. So this is obviously going to be 1 here. 2, 4. Oh, and we know this is one of 3 or 5, right? Because 1, 2, 4, whatever goes here must go here. This is 3 or 5. We know that between these two cells, we account for 2 and 3, which means this is 5, which means 11 contains the 3 in it. 3 with 2 is 5, which would leave us with 6 outside. And 3 with 4 is 7, which would require another 4, which is not possible, which means it must be 4, 2 with um, 2, 3, which is 5, 6. Hopefully whatever my brain just did there makes sense. Um, and, oh, and the 5, of course, the second we got the 5 here, it tells us this can no longer be 2, 5, and must be 3, 4, which sets the order for the 2, 3 there. And the only small cages we haven't, I guess I haven't finished the 9, but I've accounted for 2, 3 in these cells. So it's not, you know, completely lost, but I still don't know at all what this combination is going to be. And I guess, wait a second, knowing that the 3 cannot go in the 8 cage means it must be 1, 2, 5, right? That's what I've been talking about this whole time. So we actually do know that 2 is contained within these sets of cells, and similar to, where was it that we were looking here with the ones and the ones and how whatever nonsense I somehow figured out, the 2's must go there. So this must be 2, which immediately means this is either 1, 6 or 3, 4. Right? Only options are 1, 6 or 3, 4. Honestly, not sure. What that does for us here, though, is we know that this is 1, 4, 5, right? Because again, this is 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1, 4, 5 can. Wait, what are our options here? 1, 4, 5. If this was. Oh, well, sorry, this just has to be 5 because of the 1, 4. Can this ever be 1, 5? No, because it has to be 4, 5 to make 9, because then the maximum we can have here is 9. So that actually just gives us all the information we need here. Then 3, where does 1 go? Oh, well, 1 would just go here, and we can't have 3, 4 specifically in that order. And actually, we know exactly where 3 has to go. 3 has to go there, doesn't it? Which means we have a 1, 3 pair there. 1, 6, 3, 4. 6 so far is the, oh no, I was going to say 6 is the only high digit that we have to work with. That's not true. We got the 9 here as well. On the opposite side, we know 5 can't go in here. So 5 has to go in one of these two cells. Hmm. I felt like we were making pretty good progress there. right? These all just end up being a bunch of high digits. 6, 7, 8, 9. Where does 3 go in the column? 3 goes here. And there's the last 3 set that we're missing. And then 5, 7, 8 is very unrestricted. I'm just trying to consider our options here. If we minimized this, it would be 2, 4, 5. It can't contain 1. It can't contain 3. It would have to be 2, 4, 5, which is exactly 11, which means I think it has to be 2, 4, 5. And we know the order because we know that this 8 has to be 1, 2, 5 because it can't contain the 3. And this is a 1, 5 pair, which means this is 5, this is 4. The 2 gives us 2, 3. The 3 gives us 3, 4, and 1. That gives us 1 here. This is 5. 5 and 5 gives us 5. Then 5 gives us 5. We have 5 between these two cells and these two cells, which means, once again, we have a set that points across, so this will be 5 here. And that's all except for that little X-wing. Let's double check our low digits real quick. We have 9 ones. We have 9 twos. 9 threes. We have 9 fours now. Fives, we have the X-wing, which I just don't see a way to resolve quite yet, but I'm sure that will appear to us soon in a vision. But and only 1 6. So, of course, only 1 9. Somehow, somewhere, this will resolve. 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9. This is 7, 8, 9. It's 5, 7, 8. I know that this is 6, 8, 9. This is 7, 8, 9. We need a 6 and 7, which means 6 has to go between these two cells, 7 has to be between these two cells, which means this can only be 8 or 9. This can only be 8 or 9. Same is true here. 7 has to be between these two cells, so this is 8, 9. And now that we have an 8, 9 pair here in the center, which I guess is like a hidden sort of pair, I guess that's what I could call it, I think that means this has to be 6. This has to be 7. Then the 6's give us 6 here. The 7, yeah, because the 7 has to go in these two cells. This is now an 8, 9 pair. That gives us the 7 there. And the pieces are slowly but surely starting to come together because across here, 6, 7, 8, 6 goes between these two cells, which means this is, oh, 6 goes between these two cells. So the 9 that we have here just gives us 8 here. This will be 6, 9. This will be 8. This will be 9. This will be 8. This will be 9. This will be 9. This will be 7, 8, because of course the 7 here set the order immediately. This is 8 here. And assuming I haven't really screwed up, then this should be resolvable, right? We get 8 here, 6 here, 8 here, 9 here, 6, 7, 6, 9, 6, 7. There we go. This has to be 7, 6. Oh, well. Hello. That's the only thing we're missing there. We will place the 8. 8 gives us 8. That actually should be all of our 8s. So maybe we can just do some double clicking and checking. So 6 goes between these two cells. So this is 6. We actually have 7 there. Might as well just do that and that and that and that. That is all of our 7s. We'll go back to 6s because I see 6 here, here, here. That is all of our 6s. This is 9, 9. Wait, what did we miss here? Oh, the 5, of course. The 5s, and these should be our 9s. And we're done in 15 minutes and 9 seconds with Killer Sudoku by Clover. Definitely a bit more challenging than the 2-cell cages, but some really, really nice interactions here. Hopefully you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.